this is so good. Just hold on. Okay, now, Gabriela.
Yes.
We are live on YouTube, and this means we are ready to set off to start. You can now lead us in the opening prayer.
Teacher,
Yes.
on Wednesday is my birthday.
Oh, this is so good. We are going to eat a cake on Wednesday. This is so good, Gabriela. We shall sing for you happy birthday on Wednesday. Okay?
Yes.
Now, can you lead us in the opening prayer?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Let's humble ourselves and pray. Oh dear God, I pray for the things which you are giving us. I pray when we are learning, we understand what we are praying. I pray for what we are learning. I pray we understand what we are learning. And I pray for the students and the teacher. In Jesus' name I prayed, amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, Gabriela Nantare, for leading us in the opening prayer. So, my dear learners, we are now blessed to start off our lesson today. We know the presence of God is amidst us. The Holy Spirit is with us. And I want to assure you that you are going to understand what we are going to learn today, because that has been in our prayer request this morning, as you have heard from Nantali. Thank you so much for praying for us. Now, my dear learners, before I start off to show you what we are going to learn today, okay, Faith's hand is up. Let me first hear from Faith, then I get to tell you what I have for you. Faith? Faith, can I hear from you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, how are you?
Teacher,
Yes.
I'm fine. Can I lead in the closing prayer? Teacher.
There is no problem with that.
Teacher.
Faith is going to lead us in the closing prayer. Okay, thank you so much. Now, this is what I wanted to tell you. Yes?
Tomorrow's my birthday.
Wow! What a blessing this week. Tomorrow, we have a cake from Faith. On Wednesday, we have a cake from Gabriela. This is so good. Happy birthday to you, Gabriela and Faith. Yeah, we are so grateful. We shall sing for you happy birthday tomorrow and on Wednesday.
You're welcome, teacher.
Okay, please. So, my dear learners, this is what I was going to tell you. This is a new week, and I'm blessed to meet you. We thank God that His grace has been upon us, and we are meeting once again. Now, what does it mean for a new week? A new week, we start by requesting you, our funders, to pay money for this week such that things move well. I don't want to reach a time when I don't have internet bundles and I go out of class without you knowing. You keep asking, teacher, where are you? When I'm nowhere to be seen, simply because of data. So I request you remind mommy and daddy about this. Another thing is that very soon we are to have exams. Be getting prepared. Be getting prepared. I think this week we are going to tell you when we are starting exams. Lastly, for those ones who did not rename, please, I request you to rename and put the registration number. Like Nantale, your registration number is not there. Onyango Gideon, you are also not having the registration number. And then Nagawa Shanita. Nagawa Shanita also, you need to join, to rename with your registration number. So with those few notices, my dear learners, I want to welcome you to Cradle Care Nursery and Primary School. This is Primary 2, Primary 2, and we are going to learn literacy too, as usual, every Monday at 9, we learn literacy too. By who? Some of you forgot your teacher. This is Teacher Joel, and in case you don't have my number, I hope you've been seeing it and it is written. So there we are. Let's move on. Let's move on. Today is Monday, 29th November 2021. This month is coming to an end. Then we enter into the month of December, where we celebrate Christmas, and a lot happens in this month of December. So as we get there, don't forget, be safe. I hear COVID is coming back again. It is 2 years we've never stepped at school, and I see we are soon starting another month when still the situation, another year. Very soon we shall get to 2022, and we may end up learning on Zoom like this. So my dear learners, keep safe wherever you are. Today we are going to look at bad acts done to children. Remember, our theme is child protection. So the topic for today's lesson is bad acts done to children. There are so many bad things that are done onto you out there, and we need to look at them. If you never knew, it is now time for you to get to know that. And you get help. Are we together? So I hope you are writing date together with the topic. Meanwhile, I need to make a quick review of the previous work. So we have like 2 revision questions in here. To first write date and the heading, as I hear from Kyra. Kyra, can I hear from you?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, I see your hand is up. Kyra, we need to look at this question, but I need to first hear from you since your hand is up. I can't hear from Kyra. Okay, let's move on. So our revision question 1 says, mention 4 examples of child work at school. We are looking at examples of child work at school. What are they? Mwesigwa, do you know some? I see your hand is up.
Yes,
do you have a
teacher.
question?
No, teacher.
You want to give us answers?
Yes, teacher.
Number 1 is there.
Cleaning.
There is cleaning. Cleaning what?
The latrine.
Good. Another one.
Clothes.
Washing clothes at school. Okay, if you are in boarding, what else do you do at school?
Writing.
Very good. There is writing. One more.
Washing.
What?
And playing.
Which one?
Playing.
Oh, there is play. Yeah, it is also part of the work you're supposed to do. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Guana. I have another one here for another person, this time a girl. A name for things used by children to do work at school. What are some of those things that you use to do work at school? Can I hear from, they are the same hands, okay. Chitiwa is here. Let me hear from Chloe. Chloe. What are some of the things that you use to do work at school? Chloe.
Yes, teacher.
We are looking at things used by children to do work at school. Give us like 4 of them.
Books.
Good. There is
Pencil.
book, pencil.
Rulers.
Rulers.
Dusters.
Hey, very good. Even dusters. Thank you. So anyway, these are some of the questions we had covered in the previous lesson. So this was just to open up our minds, and this is the last one. Give 4 basic needs of a child at school. What are the basic needs? Remember we said basic needs are the things that must be provided to a child while at school, if we are looking at school. But we have even those ones at home. Now today, Faith, give us some of the basic needs of a child at school.
Food.
There is food.
Water.
Water, good. What else?
School.
Which one? We had over 8 basic needs. Let me hear from a boy. Rubega Jesse Elijah is here. Can you help us to add on this list? Jesse?
Medical care.
Very good. There is medical care. Another one?
Education.
Wow.
Education.
Who provides education at the school?
Teacher.
That is a teacher. When a teacher comes in class to teach you, you are getting knowledge and skills. So the knowledge and the skills we give you as teachers, they are the ones we term as education. Is that clear, my dear learners? So education is the knowledge and the skills that we get from a school. If you don't go to school, you may not get this kind of knowledge and the skills. But we have others that we get from home. Education does not only take place at school, but even at home. On the way, you may meet somebody and he will say to you that, hey, you come and greet me. So you learn that there is greeting. So that one also becomes another way of learning. So when you find that person, you don't just bypass. You have to stop. If you are a girl, you kneel down. There we are. Elijah, give us more if you still have.
Shelter.
Which one?
Shelter.
Oh, shelter. Shelter is more of a basic need at home, but still at school, yes, we need to, because we cannot just sit in an open place, we need to have that shelter. What if the weather changes, it becomes rainy or sunny? Where do we sit? So you find that you also need shelter. What else?
Protection.
Oh, protection. Now there we talk of security. We need security at a school. The school should not be in an open place without a fence. Somebody can easily enter and kidnap you from there. Or even you learners, you can easily run away from school. So we need a school which has a fence, when you are well protected in there such that nobody can come and harm you and do something bad to you. Okay, thank you so much. That has been a review of the previous work. Now, today we need to look at the bad things. You see this heading, bad acts done to children. So there are so many bad things which are done onto you as learners that we need to look at. I want you now to get to our books and we start learning about the bad acts done to children. Before I get to tell you what are some of these bad acts, do you know some of them? Because me, I'm here to listen to you. Let me first hear from you. I start with Chloe. Steve, tell us some of the bad things that are done to you as children, whether at school, at home, or within the community. Chloe. Chloe?
Yes.
I'm waiting to hear from you. Today, Chloe is not ready. Let me hear from Gabriel. Nantale. Nantale. Gabriela. What is happening to my girls today? Let me get back to boys. Boys are faster.
Yes, teacher.
We are looking at bad things done to children.
Child abuse. Child abuse.
Oh, very good. I clap for you. There is what we call child abuse. Wow. What is in child abuse?
Making when children do work that's not their age.
Okay, you have an idea. Thank you so much. Let me start from there. My dear learners, we are going to talk about child abuse at this particular time, as Mwesigwa has told us. Let us listen attentively now. This is Mwesigwa's answer. Now, with child abuse, what happens? Child abuse is when a child is mistreated by an adult. Yeah, you are a young child and someone bigger than you, whom we term to be an adult, begins to mistreat you. How does this person mistreat you? Now we need to come up with examples of child abuse because these are the ways how children are abused. Are we together? Ways how children are abused. So they are the same as examples. Are we together? Number one, how are you abused? There is overbeating. You find a parent. Yeah. There are some parents who are tough. Not your parent. I know yours is a good one and mine. But there are those people who can beat beyond. We now term it to be overbeating. Is this clear? They reach to the extent of beating a child when you cannot even sit down. Have you ever heard of this from somewhere? Someone share with us your story. Hey, who is ready to share with us a story? Faith, have you ever heard of something of this kind, overbeating? I need to hear from someone. Oh, you've never heard of it?
Teacher, and overburning.
There is burning the fingers. This is so good. Thank you, Faith. Another person, tell us, what are some of the examples of child abuse where you are mistreated by an adult? Let me hear from Isaiah.
Yes, teacher.
Share with us something about today's lesson. Have you ever heard of a child overbeaten? Come again.
Abusing.
There is what?
Abusing a child.
Okay. Now, since we are looking at child abuse, we shall use another word which brings out what you are meaning. I'm trying to understand you. There is use of bad language. Is also another way of abusing. This word abusing, we are not looking at where someone will come and tell you, you have big eyes like an eggplant. No. I'm not meaning that kind of abusing, okay? But we are looking at where you were mistreated by an adult. Then the other one will be use of bad language. Actually, we are going to write them. Let me hear from one more person to share with us. Then we get to write more. Let us first write child abuse as our number one. We define it, and then we do what? Let me hear from Gabriela. Nantali. Nantali, did you forget to put your hand down? Or you have something to share with us?
I have something to share with you in the end of
what
the
is
lesson.
that? At the end of the lesson?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I will spare for you some minutes. Thank you. I've taken note of that. Let me hear from Kyla. Let us be writing as I hear from Kyla. Yes, Kyla. Kyla. Hello. Oh, I can't hear from my girl. Kyla, your network is breaking. Sorry, Kyla, I can't hear from you. Your network. Your network is not clear.
Yes, teacher.
Are you giving us?
Yes, teacher.
Are you giving us an example of child abuse? Oh, Kyla has poor network. She's breaking. Let us first write. Let us first write. We shall get back there. So, bad acts done to children. And number one is child abuse. We said child abuse is when a child is mistreated by an adult. So we are looking at ways how children are abused, and we are saying the ways are at the same time the examples of child abuse. Number one is overbeating. Now we need to look at the picture very well. We understand overbeating. How do people overbeat? When you do something wrong at home, mommy or daddy gives you like a 1K, that is not overbeating. He's trying to discipline you, because even the Bible talks about this. When you read in the book of Proverbs, you will see the Bible, what it tells us, that is spare the rod and spoil the child. So beating can happen, but there is where it goes beyond. I guess you have finished writing. Let us look at this picture. Look at this example of child abuse. A child was tied on ropes. Has this ever happened to you? If not, thank God. Some people are tied. Look, the hands and the legs are tied and they are beating. Now, where are they going to beat? We are supposed to beat the bums, but the bums are covered by the hands. Now, where will somebody beat? So that person will beat the hands, will beat the head, will beat the stomach, you see, and just guess what will happen. You beat the head and the skull breaks, blood goes into the brain, and that might end up your life. It might be the end of your life when you get such a serious injury on your head. So this one happens. I also see when someone has stolen something, they overbeat like this. They tie the hands. So we are now writing. We are adding on. This number 1 is finished. Number 2 is here. What can you see in this number 2? What can you see? Here, I see, do you see this one? Let me show you. This thing here, with the hands. Look at the head of this. Is it a head of a human being? I doubt this. Look at this person. Is having a baby in the hands and giving the baby to this thing here. Some people here worshiping down, those ones blowing the trumpets and what, because they have given them something. What does this mean? Somebody tell us. Is another form of child abuse. Who is going to tell us? I want new people. They are the same hands. Am I teaching only 4 people? And my girls, I don't know what's happening. Whoever I give the opportunity does not respond as I expect. So now I am worried. Kyra, are you stable? Okay, Chloe, let me check Kyra.
Yes, teacher.
I know you still have issues to do with the network, but in this second picture, which example of child abuse is this? You don't know? I can't hear from Kyra. Now this one, this is child sacrifice. Have you ever heard of child sacrifice? With child sacrifice, a child is given out to small gods. Those gods live on earth here. I don't know how we may term them in English, but that is the only word I can use as of now. But some people go to magic, to magicians, to witch doctors. They are witch doctors. They are given some herbs to use, like let's say a woman has taken long without getting a baby. So a doctor will give you some medicine and ask you that when you produce, the first child is mine. You bring the child to me. Then the rest will be yours. So when you give birth, you take the child, like what you are seeing, you give out to these people and they eat the child. So this is child sacrifice. Other people do this when they want to get riches, they want to get money. You go to a witch doctor. I hear even other people go under the lake. The gods which are there, Satan, will give you something or will give you money and will tell you, you bring to me a child, bring to me one child. Now look at a situation when you are the one. Daddy comes or mommy comes, pick you and take you underground, gives you to Satan. You are eaten. This is very bad. I know your mom, your dad is a good person, does not do this, but this is what happens. So we are looking at bad things or bad acts that are done to children. So the examples under child abuse are here. Overbeating, child sacrifice. Write it, then we look at another example of child abuse. So child sacrifice, you are given and they eat you. This is very common to those people who want to get money, but when they are getting the money from Satan, not from God, not from their work, they do such things. Have we finished child sacrifice? We move on to the next now. Another one is here. What is that? Burning a child. I don't know if you can see very well here in the hand of this child, there are some bruises. Some of us are living with the housemates at home, with the stepmom, and these people, in the absence of your parents, they do bad things onto you. Some of them pick your hands and are burnt with a flat iron, can be metallic box, can be at the charcoal stove. It is done. So you don't need to just keep quiet when such things are happening to you. I remember in a video that came out a few years ago, around 2014 or 16 there, in between there, there was a video that went viral when a housemaid was mistreating a child, beating seriously. This was not good. So we need to do what? We need to be aware of such examples of child abuse and report them. Don't just keep quiet when such things are happening to you. Let us write burning a child, and we add on another one. We are going to add on another one, and is here. Look at that one. Somebody tell us something about what is in this picture. Look at that younger girl who is crying. And look at this man. I never wanted to show his face. Who can tell us something about this? I have, I want hands up. No hands? Only one person is there, and that is Kyla. Hey, Esther. Esther is here. Esther can tell us something. Yes, Esther. What is happening in this second picture? Which form of child abuse is that? Esther. I can't hear from Esther. I don't know what's wrong with my girls today. My girls are failing to respond. Now, my dear learners, in this second picture, what we are seeing is another form of child abuse, and this is now defilement. Can it be rape? Can it be defilement? Now, what is in the two? With the defilement, this is when an adult will involve you in doing bad things. Let's say a man, like the one you are seeing in this picture, comes and sleep with a younger girl. Look at her. There is even blood here. The girl is crying. Are you seeing it down here? There is some blood. She's in serious pain. That is why she's crying. There is blood here. So this is what may happen. It can be rape. Are you seeing this? So this is another form of child abuse that happens to you, more especially girls. You don't need to keep quiet when such is happening. You have to report immediately. Don't just keep quiet. Is that well understood, my dear learners? Even boys can happen, but this is very rare for boys. But those mates that work at home, can come and get a boy, will take you to the bedroom and begin asking you to do funny things. Please, this is a form of child abuse. Never keep quiet when it is happening. Immediately report this to any person at home, because you never know. This person can be having HIV/AIDS. You see how you die of HIV/AIDS when you are still a young child. So please, these forms of child abuse should be reported. If you have no one to report it to, I'm here, you have my number. Call me. There, I want to assure you, I will reach you. If I can't do that within a few minutes, I can't fail to connect somebody to reach you there. So you need to have telephone numbers that you can report to. If you can't report to mommy and daddy, as soon as possible. And avoid walking at night. Walking alone. Move in a group. We are still learning. Have we finished writing defilement? We need to add on. This is a serious issue that we need to understand very well, such that these problems don't happen to you. And in case they happen, you report, even if it's your friend. If your friend tells you about this, immediately report to us. Let us now move on. Another way, another example of child abuse is this. I've given you several pictures. Can it be your sister when he's playing? And somebody comes and grab. Are you seeing here? You can't even see the face. This one comes with a knife. Or you are from school, as you are walking back home, a vehicle comes and stop. They grab you and take you to the vehicle and take you somewhere. They begin calling mommy or daddy saying, hey, we have your child. We want 20 millions. From where can 20 millions come from? This is not good. And if you don't, they kill you, because you see this man here has a knife saying, I can kill you. If you make a noise, I cut off your neck. You see? So which form of child abuse is this? Someone to tell us. Mercy. Which form of child abuse is this?
Kidnapping.
Oh, very good. This is kidnapping. Someone can come and kidnap you. This is how we write the word kidnapping. Oh, this is P. Okay, let me first do like this, such that we get to see the word very well. Kidnapping takes place. Are we together? So we need to get to know very well how to deal with such things in our community. This should not happen, and you just keep quiet, because it is going to leave you in danger. Now, we are going to add on. Let us first write the word kidnapping, and then after writing the word kidnapping, we need to look at other ways. Now I will stop showing you the pictures, and we write quickly. First write the word kidnapping, then we add on the list. So far these are 5. Now we need to add on the list. Let me check the messages here. My teacher, my network is also not clear. I think Kinsey sent me a message here. I was saying Tyler has a poor network, but even me, I think so. Kali. Let us now add on other ways or other examples of child abuse. Let us add on threatening children. Threatening children. Someone will come and do something bad to you and will say, you speak, you will see me. Try to tell any person about this, you will see me, I will kill you. That is threatening. You get that point? So there is that kind of threatening. Your friend at school eats your snacks, and you will tell you, don't tell teacher. The moment you tell teacher, I'm going to give you 5 blows. I will box you at the nose and you start bleeding. That is threatening. So you shouldn't accept this form of child abuse. Another one, there is denying a child the basic needs. We talked about basic needs where we have food, water, clothes, education, medical care, shelter. If you are locked out, report. This is another form of child abuse. If you are denied the basic needs, you shouldn't keep quiet. Another one, there is using bad language. We talked about bad language. Someone comes and abuses you. Look at this one. Your head is like a pumpkin. We shouldn't use such words. Sorry, I've used them to show you an example, but I'm not meaning that this is what you should use. Because if I say using bad language, how will you understand it? I have to give an example. I hear some of you using these words. You are stupid. No, this is not acceptable. Even the Bible doesn't want such words. So we should use good language when speaking to other people. We should be polite. We should be humble. Okay? Don't just come and begin shouting, you begin jumping up and down because no. That is not good. Using bad language is another form of child abuse if it is used by an adult. But even you, children, you do the same because you learn from adults. So can we stop this and be that good girl, that good boy? We are adding on. Then I shall hear from you. There is neglecting children. Some adults run away and neglect you. You are left there with no help, nobody to give you food. So this is also not good. And then lastly, showing a bad example to children, e.g. stealing, taking alcohol, fighting. Let me talk about this last one. Showing a bad example. By the way, we need to first rename them. We put numbers. We ended on number 5. So it means now this is our number 6. Okay? This is our number 6. And then this one is our number 7. This one is our number 8. Then here, number 9. Then number 10 is this. I'm going to explain. This number 10. Let us write them. I'm going to explain them very well, and we get to understand showing bad example. This one, showing a bad example to children. For example, stealing. How is this done by any adult? Somebody, let's say your big brother or your big sister, may come home with you and you are hungry. Mommy is not there, has prepared something or has not yet. but there is something you can eat, though you need to be given permission. You don't just get the pig. Okay, if it is not at home, but at the neighborhood, and you enter, you steal the sweet bananas, the yellow bananas, you begin eating. This is a bad example. Some of you, what I know, with ground nuts, no sugar. You go and steal sugar in your hands, you begin eating. When mommy asks you, you say, no. What are you eating? Nothing. But when you are asked to open the mouth, you find when nuts are there. Oh, the mouth is made in the ground nuts. Others, you find the sugar here on your mouth. You see? So that is a bad example. What about taking alcohol? The big person, an adult, may show you that, for me, when I have a lot of thoughts, I have to go and drink some alcohol such that I forget what happened. That is a bad example that is shown to a child like you. Fighting. If daddy comes back home, but I know your dad is good, please. I'm giving an example for other people. Hey, not yours, not yours, not you. I used to see this in the village there. Daddy comes, asks for food, and they did not leave money to buy food, will begin fighting. Picks Chiboko, begins caning everybody at home. You find the children crying. The mother also crying, don't kill me, we don't have food. You see? So these are bad examples. We shouldn't learn to do such things because we need to live happily. We need to live at peace. You remember where I started from? Peace and security. So there are so many things that we can learn. Let me hear from like 12 of you. Then we look at something new and we may prepare to end the lesson. I have talked a lot. Who wants to share with us something? There is Esther, Faith, Kyla, Esther. Esther, can I hear from you? Today, I just don't know whether it's me who can't hear you. I see Esther is here talking, but I can't hear her. Esther. What is happening? Let me check Alvin. Are you hearing what Esther is saying? No, I can't hear. You can't also hear. Yes. But at least for you, I hear you. Share with us something.
Some bad people stole my dad's clothes from his car.
Oh, sorry. Indeed, this was so bad. Such things do happen. We need to pray. Martha, share with us something also. Thank you, Alvin. Martha? Okay. How come Martha has no audios? Something has happened. Kyle or Faith, can I hear from you? Are you
yes,
able to?
Teacher.
Before your network used to disturb you, share with us something as we prepare to look at another new thing. I don't know today. I can't hear from my dear learners. Let's end with this. Effects of child abuse. Let us look at the effects of child abuse and we end here for today. So among the effects of child abuse, there is death. If you are kidnapped, you end up dying. If you are overbeaten, you end up dying. Number 2, there is pain. You will feel a lot of pain if you are overbeaten. If your hand is burnt, you go away with pain. Now there is fear. You start to fear people. Let's say you are raped or defiled. You start to fear people. It really affects your brain. You even fear to come out of the house. Another effect, we are going to write them, sadness. Sadness happens when someone has died, or you are going through pain, or your friend. You'll be there when you are not happy, thinking about something bad that happened. There is isolation. Isolation. Let's say you were raped. You begin to stay in isolation. When you want to stay in the room without coming out, okay? Or if not, you will isolate some people when you don't go and socialize with them. Let's say your friend who burnt you, a friend who cut you, that made you begin isolating them. Now there is worry. Worry, that is when you begin to say, oh, again, mommy is going away, dad is going away, I'm going to stay with this woman, I'm going to stay with this maid. How am I going to finish the whole day? When will the day end when I'm home with this man? Ama, who raped me? You see, such worries becomes, takes over. You begin worrying. Another one, anger. Some people will become bitter. When they are angry with that person, they feel like grabbing and boxing and doing what? There is that anger, and the anger is not good. Anger is not good. There is loneliness. You stay lonely in the home alone because something bad happened to you. You say, I can't go and visit auntie because when auntie was not home, this and this happened to me. Even though mommy and daddy are going for work, I rather stay home alone. Next is hatred. Hatred, that is when you feel you don't want that person anymore. You don't want to socialize with such a person anymore. You feel from the bottom of your heart, you don't love seeing that person even anymore. You see? But sometimes we hate even people who did not do anything bad to us. You know, I don't know why this happens. Someone passes and you say, that boy there, I don't want to look at that boy. Or that man there. But when you are asked, what did he do? You say nothing, but me, I just feel from my heart, I don't want. You see, we should not have such kind of hatred. Now, shame. Let us talk about shame. You will feel shame if you were raped. You will feel shame if you were beaten, overbeaten. You will say, people saw me. I'm the one who, that they will be telling others that you see that girl, you see that boy was overbeaten, was tied the legs and the hands on a tree, and he was beaten seriously. Then you say, people will begin laughing at me. So because of shame, you fear to walk. Next is lameness. Some people get broken. Your leg or your hand can break and you become a lame person. When you cannot walk well, you can't write. And lastly, blindness. What if a stick beats your eye and you lose your eye? So there are so many. Now let us write this, and we are not going to go further because we have 5 minutes left. So in the 5 minutes left, I'm giving you very few. You finish writing. Meanwhile, I want to hear from Gabriela. Was it Gabriela? Who said he wants to share something? I think. You reminded me, put your hand, please. Let me first check on the message. This is Faith, the teacher, me, teacher, I love you very much. Thank you. Kinsey Bernice is requesting to lead in the closing prayer. Closing prayer is going to be for Faith. Faith asked for it before. Okay, thank you, Kinsey. Faith again says, teacher, you are the best. You are the very, very best teacher. Thank you, Faith. I love your messages. Kinsey again asked about recording. This lesson is being recorded, and very soon the recording will be uploaded on Google Classroom. You will find the recording there. Still, you can request it directly from me if you want it as a person. Now, let me see. Who wanted to share something? Let me first put all these hands down. Gideon's hand is up. Gideon, do you have something to share? Let me hear from Gideon. Gideon, can I hear from you? Yes, Onyang.
Yes.
I see your hand is up. Do you have a question?
Child abuse. Killing a child. Child abuse. Whoa.
Gideon,
Teacher, whoa.
yes. Gideon, I'm not getting you well.
Teacher, is a whoa.
My network is not clear. Kings has just told me we can't hear from you very well. Sorry about my network. I just don't know what's happening. Kali, thank you for showing interest to share with us Onyango Gideon. What about Alvin? Alvin?
Teacher,
Yes?
our dogs were fighting and then our dog lost an eye.
Your dogs were fighting? Then what happened?
And the eye went off.
Then the eye went off?
Yes.
From one of the dogs? Very sorry about it, that dog that is now having one eye. Actually, this can also happen to us. You know, as boys, we are fond of fighting at school. I don't know fighting for what, but there can be a simple quarrel. You begin fighting. Now it can also happen to you. Your eye can easily be lost. So we should not do such bad acts like fighting. Even in a home, when you are playing with your neighbors, if somebody does something wrong, you need to do what? Just to talk about it. You call your friend and say, you know, Isma, you are the one who started this. Now you see, you've cut your friend, or your friend has fallen down, and there is blood coming from maybe the nose. You don't just need to begin fighting. You see, you Isma, you pushed my brother and he fell down. Now blood is coming from the nose, then you begin fighting. No, talk about it. Oh, you report to the parent. The parent will now talk to you in a better way, but not fighting, because fighting will do more harm. So my dear learner, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Our time is over. It's already 10 p.m. We need to end this lesson. So I'm not going to speak to you anymore. I'm not going to allow any person to speak to us. I just want to say activity is sent on Google Classroom. Find the activity of lesson 5 on P2 Google Classroom and answer those questions. Thank you for attending this lesson. I have been waiting to see who wanted to share, but I failed to do what? To get